Sentenced to be a Hero, Episode 4. After a big victory in last episode, our heroes are heading to Maride Fortress in this one, where they have a nice rest day. And this takes us to Silo, who's just trying to enjoy a day of reading. However, Tarita begins to bother him and wants to hang out with him, and this goes to her wanting to go to this market event. Interrupting that is Kivia. So Silo just ends up giving Tarita some V-Bucks to go off and buy some stuff, while him and Kivia have a talk. Things start off really good. You can kind of see the outlook for Silo isn't exactly the same for her. She's starting to see some good, especially with the recent things he decided to do. This is where things take a little bit of a turn in the conversation. So Kivia begins to bring up the origin of Tarita, where they actually found her originally, and she goes on about how Silo killed the goddess. So it turns out that the military wanted to figure out how to make other ones, which they were going to try and dissect Tarita, which is kind of insane and really makes no sense in all fairness. We also get to learn about the appearances of some of the goddesses and their powers. Don't really know how necessary this is for the story just yet. Okay, so in my opinion, one of the biggest emotions that this series really lacks at and is at its lowest effort is that sadness factor, that one that makes you want to cry and feel bad about something. But I really couldn't. The whole thing about Tarita being dissected and how Silo has to do everything in his power to make himself look good to save Tarita, I just didn't feel it. I just didn't feel it at all. Now, to continue, we get the big mission. This is to defend this fortress with the heroes' lives on the line till death. Now, we get to the ending of the episode. We have someone named Ventim Leopold, a master manipulator, and he is able to help Silo ask for a bunch of stuff convincingly. Apparently, he is able to do this, and not only that, at one point he says to Silo he actually saved the world, which we get to see whenever he was sentenced to be a hero. It turns out he truthfully didn't do anything wrong. It turns out him telling the truth shows that whoever they are very corrupted that are sentencing the heroes. And for the finale of the episode, we get to see Sav, a character who seems pretty insane. Going back to the emotion of things again, I wanted to say I see a strong one. It is happiness. Almost reminds me of Slice of Life, where whenever they're smiling, it's so contagious. It's whether the heroes being all together, cracking jokes, having some fun, or Tarita and Silo having wholesome, great moments. With all of that, I rate this episode an 8.7, and this is a 1 point difference just due to because I'm not entirely convinced by this story so far. It's really all over the place. The lore isn't necessarily bad, I just feel like we're getting dropped into it randomly. Even bigger so, I feel like if it wasn't for the AAA visuals and sound, no one else would really be watching this season. It also turns out there wasn't many things actually on, so it's getting a lot of attraction simply because of that. I don't know how well the series is going to do continuing on. I want to know what you guys' thoughts are on Sentenced to be a Hero, Episode 4. Hope you guys stay safe, and until next time, peace out, guys.